Hello and welcome to the Dr. English channel.
We're so glad you could join us today.
Hey everyone, a massive warm welcome back to the Dr. English channel. We are genuinely so happy to have you here for another session where we make learning English easy, practical, and most importantly, really fun. I'm Igor, and I'm excited to be here today.
And I'm Karina. It is absolutely wonderful to be here with all of you today. You know, Igor, I have to be completely honest with you. Before we even started recording this episode, I started thinking about what we were going to discuss today. And now I am genuinely feeling a little bit hungry. My stomach is actually grumbling.
You know what, Karina? That is actually perfect timing. I'm feeling a bit peckish myself, to be honest. I've been sitting here thinking about a big, juicy hamburger with melted cheese, some crispy golden fries on the side, and maybe a cold soda to wash it all down. Does that sound good to you?
Oh my gosh, you're definitely making me even hungrier now. Stop it. But you're absolutely right. That is the perfect way to jump into our topic for today. Today, we're going to help our wonderful listeners navigate one of the most common and sometimes slightly nerve-wracking experiences when you're learning a new language, going to a restaurant and actually ordering food in English.
Exactly. Speaking English in a restaurant doesn't have to be scary or intimidating at all. In fact, it can be really easy and a fantastic practical way to practice your conversation skills in the real world with real people. But before we dive into the delicious menu and all those food words, we have our usual small request for our amazing community.
That's right. If you find our lessons helpful, informative, or entertaining, please take just 1 second to subscribe to the Dr. English channel. Give this video a like, especially if you've ever felt hungry while studying English. And don't forget to share it with your friends, family, or fellow English learners. Your support genuinely helps us keep making these free lessons.
It really does make a huge difference. Now, let's paint a picture here. Let's set the scene. Imagine you're standing at the door of a restaurant. Maybe it's a nice Italian place, or a casual American diner, or a cozy cafe. You can smell the food cooking. Karina, what is the very first thing I should do when I walk inside?
Well, Igor, the first step is actually quite simple and not scary at all. You walk in through that door and you'll usually see a person standing or sitting near the entrance. This person is typically called the host or hostess, sometimes just called the waiter or waitress. The best thing to start with is always a big friendly smile and a simple greeting like hello or hi. That immediately sets a positive tone.
Simple enough. I can definitely handle that. A smile is universal, right? But once I've said my hello and made that initial contact, I obviously need a place to sit down. How exactly do I ask for a table politely?
This is a very useful phrase that I want all our listeners to memorize. You simply say, a table for number of people, please. It's that straightforward. So if it's just the two of us dining together, you would say, a table for two, please. If you're with two other friends, so 3 people total, you'd say, a table for 3, please. And if you're dining alone, which is totally fine and normal, you'd say, a table for 1, please.
A table for 1, please. I've got it. And what will the host or waiter typically say back to me?
They'll usually give you a friendly smile and say something like, this way, please, or follow me, please, or sometimes right this way, as they physically lead you through the restaurant to your seat. Once you sit down and get comfortable, you'll probably want to see what food options they have available. That means you need to see the menu.
Right, the menu. That's where all the magic happens. Sometimes the waiter gives it to you automatically right away. But what if they forget or they're busy? How do I ask for it politely without seeming rude or demanding?
You can use a very polite question structure. Can I have the menu, please? Or could I see the menu, please? Using the word please is so incredibly important in a restaurant setting, really in any customer service situation. It makes you sound friendly, respectful, and polite, which people really appreciate.
I completely agree. Please and thank you are genuinely like magic words in English and probably in every language. They open so many doors. So let's say I have the menu in my hands now. I open it up and I see it's divided into a few different sections with different categories. Can you explain what these sections usually are?
Of course. Most restaurant menus, especially in Western countries, are divided into pretty standard sections. First, you typically have what's called starters or appetizers, two words for the same thing. These are smaller portions of food that you eat before the main meal to kind of warm up your appetite. Common starters include things like soup, a small salad, or bread with garlic butter. Igor, I know you're a big fan of tomato soup.
I really am. Tomato soup is such a classic, comforting starter, especially on a cold day. Then, after the starters section, we usually see the main courses, or just mains.
Exactly right. The main course is the big food, is the principal, central dish of your entire meal. This is where you'll find the substantial options. This could be anything from chicken, beef, or fish dishes to pasta, rice dishes, or that juicy hamburger you were fantasizing about earlier.
And we absolutely can't forget my favorite part of any meal, dessert, the sweet ending.
Of course. Dessert is the sweet treat that comes at the very end of the meal. Think of delicious things like chocolate cake, ice cream sundaes, cheesecake, tiramisu, or even some fresh fruit for those who want something lighter. And finally, most menus have a drinks or beverages section for your water, soft drinks like soda, juice, coffee, tea, or sometimes alcoholic beverages like wine or beer.
Perfect breakdown. Okay, so let's say I've carefully looked at the menu, I've weighed my options, and I finally know what I want to eat. Now the waiter comes back to my table with their little notebook in hand, looking ready to write down my order. What exactly are they going to ask me?
They will most likely ask, "Are you ready to order?" That's the most common question. Or sometimes they might say, "Can I take your order?" Or "What would you like?" If you are indeed ready, you can simply say, "Yes, I am," or "Yes, please," or even just "Yes, thank you."
But what if I'm still looking at the menu? Sometimes the food choices are so good that I genuinely can't decide between two things. It's a real dilemma.
No problem at all. That happens to everyone. If you need a little more time, just politely say, "Just a minute, please," or "Can I have another minute?" or "I need a little more time, please." These are all very useful phrases that let the waiter know you aren't quite ready yet, and they'll come back in a few minutes.
That's very helpful to know. But let's say I am ready now. I'm hungry, I've decided, and I want that burger. Should I just say directly, I want a hamburger?
You could say that and people would understand you, but there are much more natural, polite, and native sounding ways to express it. A great phrase to use is, "I would like," or the slightly more casual but very common contraction, "I'll have." These sound much more natural to native speakers.
I'll have. That's short for I will have, right? It's a contraction.
Exactly correct. And it sounds very natural and conversational. So you could say, "I would like the hamburger, please," which is a bit formal and polite, or "I'll have the hamburger, please," which is more casual but still perfectly polite. Both are great.
I love it. Okay, let's try a quick practice roleplay right now. You be the waiter and I'll be the hungry customer. Let's see how I do.
Hello, sir. Welcome to our restaurant. Are you ready to order?
Yes, I am, thank you. I would like the tomato soup to start, please.
Excellent choice. Our tomato soup is very popular. And for your main course?
I'll have the hamburger with cheese, please.
Great. And would you like fries with that or a side salad?
Fries, please.
Perfect. And would you like anything to drink with your meal?
Yes, I would like a cola, please.
Perfect, Igor. You did great. Now, did everyone notice that the waiter might repeat parts of your order back to you just to make absolutely sure everything is correct? If they get it right, you can just nod and say, "Yes, that's right, thank you," or "That's correct, thanks."
And then comes the waiting part, which can be a bit boring, but hopefully the food arrives quickly. When the waiter finally brings those delicious-looking plates to your table, they usually say something nice, like, "Enjoy your meal," or "Here you are, enjoy."
And you simply respond with a sincere "thank you" or "thanks." It's that simple. Now, while you're sitting there eating that delicious-looking hamburger and I'm enjoying my fresh Caesar salad with extra croutons, the waiter will probably come back to the table once or twice to check on things.
Right. They usually want to check on us and make sure we're satisfied. They might approach the table and ask, is everything okay? Or how is everything? Or is everything all right with your meal?
And if you're happy with the food, which hopefully you are, you can say, yes, it's delicious, or everything is great, thank you, or it's really good. The word delicious is such a wonderful positive word to use when food is very, very good and tasty.
It really is a great vocabulary word. But what if I run out of my drink halfway through the meal, or I need some extra napkins, or maybe some more bread?
Good question. A useful tip is to try and make polite eye contact with the waiter as they pass by your table. You can raise your hand slightly and say, "Excuse me," to get their attention without shouting across the room. Then you can ask for what you need using that helpful "can I have" structure we practiced earlier. For example, "Can I have some more water, please?" Or "Can I have some extra bread, please?" Or "Could I get more napkins, please?"
It really is all about being polite, friendly, and using those simple, repeatable structures. Okay, so let's fast forward a bit. I've finished my burger, those fries are gone, and I'm feeling pretty full and satisfied. But then I suddenly remembered the chocolate cake I saw on the menu.
You can never forget the chocolate cake. That's the best part. The waiter might notice your empty plate and come over to ask, "Would you like to see the dessert menu?" Or "Any room for dessert today?" If you still have a little space left in your stomach, you can enthusiastically say, "Yes, please." And then, just like before with the main course, you'd say, "I would like the chocolate cake, please," or "I'll have the chocolate cake."
And once that cake is completely gone and every crumb is eaten and I am really, truly full, it's time for the final step, the money part that everyone has to deal with.
Yes, exactly. It's time to pay for your meal. You'll need to get the waiter's attention one more time with a polite "excuse me," and then you can ask for the bill. Now, here's a quick cultural tip for our learners that's really useful. In the UK and most Europe, people usually say bill, while in the US and Canada, people often say check. But don't worry at all. Everyone understands both words perfectly fine, regardless of where you are.
So I could say, can I have the bill, please? Or could I get the check, please? And then I'm assuming most places accept credit cards nowadays.
Most modern restaurants do take cards, yes. But if you're not sure, you can always ask politely, "Do you take credit cards?" Or "Can I pay by card?" When you hand over your money or your card to the waiter, a very natural thing to say is, "Here you are," or "Here you go."
Here you are. I like that. Simple and natural. And then as I'm getting ready to stand up and leave the restaurant, I should probably say a proper goodbye, right?
Absolutely. A warm smile and a "thank you, goodbye," or "thanks for everything" is the perfect polite way to end your dining experience. It shows that you appreciated the food, the service, and the overall experience. Some people even say, "The food was great, thank you."
You know what, Karina? When you break it down step by step like this, the whole process seems so much simpler and less intimidating. It's really just a few short, useful phrases used over and over in a pattern.
It really is. To help everyone remember and practice, why don't we do one final, complete role play from start to finish? I'll be the waiter again, and you can be the customer, going through the entire restaurant experience.
I'd love to. Let's do it. This will be fun.
Good evening, sir. Welcome to Bella Restaurant. Do you have a reservation with us tonight?
Hello. No, I don't have a reservation. A table for one, please.
Of course, no problem at all. Right this way, please. Here is your table by the window.
Thank you so much. Can I see the menu, please?
Certainly. Here you are. Can I get you something to drink while you look at the menu?
Yes, just water for now, please.
Still or sparkling water?
Still water, please.
Perfect. I'll be right back. Here is your water. Are you ready to order, or do you need a few more minutes?
Yes, I'm ready now, thank you. I would like the grilled chicken with vegetables, please.
An excellent choice. Our grilled chicken is very popular. Would you like a soup or salad to start?
I'll have the soup, please.
Great. And anything else to drink?
Yes, I'll have a glass of orange juice, please.
Perfect. So that's the soup to start, followed by the grilled chicken with vegetables, still water, and orange juice. Is that correct?
Yes, that's right. Thank you.
Wonderful. I'll put that order in right away. Here is your soup. Enjoy.
Thank you. It looks delicious.
Coming back after a few minutes, how was the soup?
It was really good. Thank you.
Glad to hear it. Here is your main course, grilled chicken with vegetables. Careful, the plate is hot. Enjoy your meal.
Thank you very much.
Returning later. Is everything okay, sir? How was the chicken?
Yes, everything is delicious. Thank you. The chicken is cooked perfectly.
Wonderful. I'm so glad. Let me know if you need anything else. Are you finished, sir?
Yes, I am. It was so good. Excuse me, can I see the dessert menu?
Of course. Here you go. We have some lovely desserts today.
I'll have the chocolate cake, please.
Excellent choice. I'll bring that right out. Here you are. Enjoy.
After finishing, that was amazing. Can I have the bill, please?
Of course, right away. Here is your bill, sir.
Thank you. Here you are. Hands over payment.
Thank you, sir. I'll be right back with your receipt and change. Here you go. Thank you so much for dining with us today.
Thank you for everything. The food was excellent. Goodbye.
You're very welcome. Have a wonderful evening. Wow, Igor, you're natural. You see how it flows? Short phrases like a table for, can I have, and I would like are really all you need to navigate any restaurant successfully.
I feel so much more confident now. And for everyone listening at home, please remember this important advice. You don't have to order anything complicated or fancy, especially when you're still learning. Keep it simple. Order something familiar that you know, like pizza, pasta, fish and chips, or a simple salad. Don't worry about trying to pronounce long, difficult foreign names at first. Build your confidence with simple orders.
That is such excellent practical advice, Igor. And here's another important point. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Seriously, it's okay. Most people working in restaurants are very friendly, patient, and understanding. They will be happy to help you and will appreciate that you're trying to speak their language. They deal with people from all over the world.
Exactly right. A genuine smile, a polite please, and a thank you go such a long way in any language and any culture. People respond to kindness.
So true. Now, Igor, before we finish today's episode, I have to ask you this question. Now that we've talked so much about food and I'm absolutely starving, what is your absolute favorite thing to order when you go to a restaurant?
Oh, that's such an easy question for me. Besides a classic hamburger with all the toppings, I genuinely really love a big cheese pizza loaded with mushrooms. There's something so satisfying about it. What about you, Karina? What's your go-to order?
For me, it has to be pasta. Any kind of pasta, spaghetti, penne, fettuccine, I love it all. But especially pasta with a simple, classic tomato sauce and lots of Parmesan cheese. It's always delicious, comforting, and you can't really mess it up.
Oh man, now I am really seriously thinking about pizza and pasta. We always seem to end our food-related episodes feeling incredibly hungry. It's a pattern.
It's definitely a good sign. It means we had a delicious conversation about delicious topics. We really hope this lesson was helpful, practical, and maybe even entertaining for all of you listening. Remember, practice is the most important thing you can do. You can even practice these phrases at home with your family or friends. One person can pretend to be the waiter, and the other person can be the customer, just like we demonstrated today.
It really does help build your confidence and make the phrases automatic. Well, that is all the time we have for today's episode. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Dr. English channel. We appreciate you.
Yes, thank you all so much. We look forward to seeing you in the next episode. And before you go, we have a question for you. Tell us in the comment section, what is your absolute favorite food to order at a restaurant? Is it pizza like Igor, pasta like me, or maybe a hamburger, or something completely different? We genuinely can't wait to read your answers.
Until next time, keep practicing your English, keep smiling, and most importantly, enjoy your next meal out at a restaurant.
Bye, everyone. Happy eating.